Pedaling along on a bike, happily seeing different parts of Dongshan is super chill and relaxing. But did you know? If you want to see Dongshan, there's a different 5-star way of experiencing it. The whole thing is wonderful. It takes you far from the noise of the city so you can completely immerse yourself in Mother Nature's embrace. This place is so eye-catching. Do you think so? Over here, you can see it's been deliberately laid out. Yeah, a little bit. For example, here on the left, you can see our bald cypress eco pond. The goal was to create a Dongshan version of an oasis. Dongshan version of an oasis. So as you drive this way along the Dongshan River, you'll see this eco pond and then these dense coniferous trees. Now the North American cypress especially loves water. This species is closely tied to the water. So we can see it has aerial roots, right? They're very dense. The breathing roots mean the tree is nice and healthy. Our boss really loves trees. He cherishes every one of them. All of the tree species you see here were taken from his collection. He even brought in a team of tree doctors to care for it. So every tree here has its own ID card. That's so cool. Yes. Yeah, it's really because the ID card is used to keep track of how they're doing health-wise or their various traits, or how to take care of them when they're transplanted to keep them really healthy. So tonight I'm staying in a place surrounded like this? Yes, surrounded by a forest with many different species of trees. Ooh, wow! This place is superb. It's all mint green. And there's a cactus. Wow, it's beautiful. Yes, you can see each of our campers has its own style. Your room today is our cactus green room. Mint cactus. So the room is decorated in green and then outside is a bucolic scene. Every camper has different scenery outside. So this really is what they call glamping. Yes, you could say it's glamping, but from our point of view, the camper is just a starting point. It could be a cabin in the forest or a camping tent. But to us, basically, it's a living space for you. Many travelers like Yilan or Dongshan because of its simple lifestyle. While I enjoy the mountains and trees with minimal environmental impact, an afternoon thunderstorm lends the air a mystic feeling like a magical village out of Harry Potter. Whoa, chef, this smells so good. So this is sausage and rice?
It's our Yilan smoked duck.
Smoked duck?
And also jiaoxi water spinach, both Yilan specialties.
Wow. It kind of looks like sausage, but these dish in front of us looks to me like Western food. Is that what we're eating?
It's kind of Chinese food made in a Western way, but these dishes are all based on our memories or flavors we've tasted before and then altered.
Wow, there's so many. What do you think? Where should I start?
You can start with the salad. This salad was made based on saltwater chicken. So we used Yilan Sanxing scallions for the sauce.
Oh, this is yummy. You said it's based on saltwater chicken?
That's right.
This is one of Taiwan's casual local dishes, right?
Ours, yeah.
So what about this? Chef, did you know I'm from Boston? So when I see this, it reminded me of Boston chowder. Wow. I'm so excited for this chowder. And it's got clams too. This looks like youtiao.
That's right.
This is not chowder.
That's right. This concept was based on salted soy milk, and then we made it into chowder.
Oh, that's so unique. So that's why you put in youtiao?
Right.
You know, when I was a little kid, I didn't really like Taiwanese food. But if I was given Taiwanese food made like this, I would definitely have been fooled into eating a ton of it. In one delicious dish after another, I can taste the chef's incredible skill. And the forest and mountains around us bring an elegant sort of romance to this feast of delights. But did you know? Delicious food eaten by your camper aside, at night, the cypress grove turns into an exquisite little bar. It's a charming place that brings a blissful sense of peace to this journey into the forest. Morning, Shanting.
Hey, Christina, long time no see.
Long time no see. You told me for today there are stone houses near here. But why did you decide to meet up with me at what looks like a traditional temple?
Because the main religious belief that goes with the stone houses is here. That's why I wanted to meet here. Most of the stone houses here were built by Hakka people. For them, this temple represents their most important beliefs. Inside you can see 3 deities, the Sanshang Guowang, the lords of the 3 mountains. Yeah, early on people here didn't worship the Sanshang Guowang. In the beginning, 36 Hakka people settled here. Early on, people worshipped those 36 people. But when they didn't have enough to eat or wear because there was nothing here, the people later on came to this place and built a temple for spiritual blessings and protection. Aside from memorializing the original 36, it was also dedicated to 3 gods.
Okay, so what you're saying is where there's a Sanshan Guowang temple, there are probably Hakka people living nearby?
A lot of Hakka people.
So that's what you mean. Near our house, my dad's house in Pingdong, there's a Sanshan Guowang temple too. People often ask if I'm Hakka. I never knew why they would ask that. This must be why.
Right. Basically, if you see the Sanshan Guowang, there will be Hakka around. Now this part of Yilan is very unique because Dongshan, Yilan, was the last area in Yilan to be settled. And Maopu City, where we are today, was the last part of Dongshan to be settled.
Whoa, so that is related to the stone houses around here. So from what Shenting tells me, the Hakka settled in Yilan relatively late. As a result, most of the plain was occupied by Fukanese, while fierce indigenous people lived in the mountains. The Hakka had to settle at the mountain foot. They resorted to thatched roofs and stone walls just to have basic shelter from the elements.
Christina, this is one of the stone houses I was talking about.
Wow, so actually I saw something similar in Nepal. It was deep in the mountains, but there are earthquakes there, so the houses had already collapsed.
Yeah, these stone houses are difficult to preserve. Taiwan has earthquakes and frequent typhoons, so it's hard to keep them intact.
Oh, so then why were houses here built out of stone?
Because there was nothing here. The early settlers didn't have any money to buy bricks, so they used what was there. When building a stone house, if they had just a little money, they would buy bricks to reinforce it. So the houses we're looking at now were reinforced later. You can tell from the cement. But early on, they only had bricks and stone, nothing else.
So ancient people were really smart. A lot of World Heritage sites were built from stone, like the Colosseum in Rome or Machu Picchu. So back then, when they built like this, they were intelligent too.
They were intelligent
They really were.
too. Around here, a lot of people have moved away. Have you noticed there's a hole down here?
Oh,
Doesn't it seem unusual to you?
Why is there a hole? Is this how they used to go to the bathroom?
In some places, it might be a toilet, but here in Maopu, it has a unique function.
What kind of function?
This place happens to be right on the border between mountains and plain. There were a lot of indigenous people around here, so the people living here were afraid that the indigenous people would hunt and take their heads to prove themselves as warriors.
Oh, so this is before, right? Okay.
They were afraid that would happen, so they brought water into their houses. Then they had a water source inside that could be used to wash clothes or cook or for drinking.
Oh, that's smart too.
More than 10 years ago when I was a kid, there were still a lot of stone houses here like this one. But the people here got old or some of them decided to move away, so a lot of these houses were abandoned and disappeared.
Dongshan, famous across Taiwan for its tea leaves and rice paddies, doesn't just have a wealth of crops. The eco-arc on the bank of the Dongshan River is home to incredibly vast biodiversity. So if you're looking for a delightful destination for low-carbon travel, Dongshan might be the perfect choice. I'm Christina, and this is Linking368 Taiwan. Which town will we visit next? See you next time. Bye!
路途西经，充满生命力。我的决心，让台烟灭。过去现在，互未来无限。台湾发展，全世界倾斜。勇敢热情，脚步毋捌停。伫汪洋中，要游向未来。华丽转身，华丽转身，咱做伙华丽转身。伫汉子啊，身手相连下，拼出一片台湾。坚强跃起，坚强跃起，咱斗阵坚强跃起。